गजमुख गजमुख गणनाथा गणेश वरदा मां पाहि गजानना 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 गजवदना एकदन्ता गजानना हेरम्बा गजानना एकदन्ता गजानना हेरम्बा गजानना 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 गजवदना गौरीनन्दन गजवदना एकदन्ता गजानना हेरम्बा गजानना। Breathe, breathe. Nick.
We're all good. Are you hearing yourself okay, yeah?
Yeah, we're just
Wonderful,
going to start.
thank you. Excellent.
वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् नन्दन गजवदना गौरी नन्दन गजवदना गणेश वरदा मां पाहि गणेश वरदा गजमुख गजमुख गणनाथा गजमुख 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 गणनाथा गजमुख गजमुख गणनाथा गणेश वरदा मां पाहि गणेश गणेश वरदा मां पाहि गणेश वरदा मां पाहि गजानना 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 ॐ गजवदना गजानना ॐ गजवदना गौरी नन्दन गजवदना गणेश वरदा मां पाहि गणेश वरदा मां पाहि एकदन्ता गजानना एकदन्ता हे रम्बा गजानना हे एकदन्ता गजानना एकदन्ता हे रम्बा गजानना हे रम्बा गजानना हे रम्बा गजानना हे गजानना 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 ॐ गजवदना गौरी नन्दन गजवदना गौरी नन्दन गजवदना गणेश वरदा मां पाहि गणेश वरदा गजमुख गजमुख गणनाथा गजमुख गजमुख गणेश वरदा मां पाहि गणेश वरदा मां पाहि गणेश वरदा मां पाहि गणेश वरदा मां पाहि गजानना 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 ॐ गजवदना
गजानना ॐ गजवदना
गौरी नन्दन गजवदना
गौरी नन्दन गजवदना
एकदन्ता गजानना एकदन्ता गजानना हे रम्बा गजानना हे रम्बा
गजानना
एकदन्ता गजानना एकदन्ता
गजानना
हे रम्बा गजानना हे रम्बा
गजानना
हे रम्बा गजानना हे रम्बा गजानना गजानना
गजानना
गजवदना
Shri Ram Sita Ram Shri Ram Sita Ram देखो देखो रे आए रे भगवान
देखो देखो रे आए रे भगवान
देखो देखो रे आए रे भगवान
देखो देखो रे आए देखो पुष्पकारूढ़ सिया राम
लक्ष्मण सुग्रीव हनुमान
लक्ष्मण सुग्रीव हनुमान
लक्ष्मण सुग्रीव हनुमान
लक्ष्मण सुग्रीव हनुमान
नलनील अंगद समेत
नलनील अंगद समेत
नलनील अंगद समेत
नलनील अंगद समेत
विभीषण रुजाम्बवान्
विभीषण अरुजाम्बवान्
विभीषण रुजाम्बवान्
विभीषण अरुजाम्बवान्
देखो देखो रे आए रे भगवान
देखो देखो रे आए रे भगवान
श्री राम सीता राम
श्री राम सीताराम
श्री राम सीता राम
श्री राम सीताराम
आनंद मगन पुरजन
आनंद मगन पुरजन
आनंद मगन पुरजन
आनंद मगन पुरजन
मंगल मोद त्रिभुवन
मंगल मोद त्रिभुवन
मंगल मोद त्रिभुवन
मंगल मोद त्रिभुवन
अब सत्य धर्म स्थापन
अब सत्य धर्म स्थापन
अब सत्य धर्म स्थापन
अब सत्य धर्म स्थापन
राम राज्य कीर्ति महान
राम राज कीर्ति महान
राम राज्य कीर्ति महान
राम राज कीर्ति महान
देखो देखो रे आए रे भगवान
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 श्री राम सीता राम
श्री राम सीताराम
श्री राम सीता राम
श्री राम सीताराम
श्री राम
सीताराम श्री राम भज मन राम, 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 भज मन राम,
भज मन राम।
पांडुरंग श्रीरंग भज मन राम, पांडुरंग श्रीरंग भज मन राम, पांडुरंग श्रीरंग भज मन राम,
पांडुरंग श्रीरंग
भज मन राम, भज मन राम, भज मन राम, भज मन राम,
भज मन राम।
पांडुरंग श्रीरंग भज मन राम,
पांडुरंग श्रीरंग भज मन राम।
भज मन यदुवर, भज मन मुरहर, भज मन
यदुवर भज मन मुरहर।
भज मन यदुवर, भज मन मुरहर, भज मन
यदुवर भज मन मुरहर।
भज मन रघुवर, भज मन राम, भज मन रघुवर, भज मन राम, भज मन रघुवर, भज मन राम,
भज मन रघुवर
भज मन राम, भज मन राम, भज मन राम,
भज मन राम। भज मन राम।
भज मन राम, भज मन राम,
भज मन राम। भज मन राम।
पांडुरंग श्रीरंग भज मन राम,
पांडुरंग श्रीरंग भज मन राम।
भज मन गोविंद, भज मन आनंद, भज मन गोविंद, भज मन गोविंद, भज मन आनंद,
भज मन गोविंद भज मन आनंद।
भज मन मुकुंद, भज मन राम,
भज मन मुकुंद
भज मन राम, भज मन मुकुंद, भज मन राम,
भज मन मुकुंद
भज मन राम, भज मन राम, भज मन राम,
भज मन राम। भज मन राम।
पांडुरंग श्रीरंग भज मन राम,
पांडुरंग श्रीरंग भज मन राम।
पांडुरंग श्रीरंग भज मन राम, पांडुरंग
श्रीरंग
भज मन राम, भज मन यादव, भज मन माधव, भज मन
यादव
भज मन माधव, भज मन यादव, भज मन माधव, भज
मन यादव भज मन माधव।
भज मन केशव, भज मन राम, 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 मन राम,
भज मन राम,
पांडुरंग श्रीरंग भज मन राम,
पांडुरंग श्रीरंग
भज मन राम, पांडुरंग श्रीरंग भज मन राम, पांडुरंग श्रीरंग भज मन राम, भज मन राम।
भज मन राम।
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज, निज मन मुकुर सुधारि, बरनौ रघुवर विमल जसु, जो दायक फल चारि, बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके, सुमिरौ पवन कुमार, बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि, हरहु कलेश विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर। रामदूत तुलित बलधाम, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा, महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी, कंचन बरण विराज सुबेसा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा, हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे, कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साज, शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन, विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर, प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया, सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा, भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज सवारे, लाए संजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए, रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई, सहस वदन तुमरो यश गावे, हस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे, सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अहिसा, यम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहांते, कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते, तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा, राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा, तुमरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जान, युग सहस्र योजन पर भानु, लील्योताहि मधुर पल जान, प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि, जल दिलांगे गए अचरज नाहि, दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे देते, राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनु
पैसारे सब सुख लरे,
तुम्हारी शरणा तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना, आपन तेज समारो आपन, तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे, भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे, नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीर, संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे, सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा, और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे, चारों युग परताप तुम्हारा, है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियार, साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे, अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता, राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति हरहि हनुमत से सर्व सुख करहि संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरै हनुमत बलबीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूटहि बंदी महासुख होय जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा कीजय नाथ हृदय महाडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुरभूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। राम 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 राम
Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to all of you to the third day of this series of talks entitled Timeless Questions, Eternal Answers. The talks will be starting in a few minutes, so may I kindly request you to please take your seats and check that your mobile phones are switched off. Hurry on. Hari Om and welcome. May I kindly request you to please be upstanding.
Please sit. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samast Jana Kalyane Nivratam Karunamayam. Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Om Namah Shri Tulasi Dasa Sadvarishtaya Dhimate Puritam Hridayam Yena Rama Premamrtena Me. Om Dakshine Lakshmano Yasya Vame Tu Janakatmaya Purato Marutiryasya Tam Vande Raghunandanam. Hari Om. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Jaya Jaya Ram.
Jai Jai Ram.
Jaya Jaya Ram.
Jai Jai Ram.
श्यावर रामचंद्र की जय. सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. Sri Rama Gita is a dialogue between Lord Sri Rama and his younger brother Lakshmana. Lakshmana one day approaches Ramchandra ji respectfully, and then he puts his questions or queries before him. He wants to get very clear understanding of these terms or concepts that are used in the spiritual field. Like what is knowledge, what is dispassion, what is Maya, what is devotion, and what is the difference between man and God. And all this he wants to know to get enlightened, to be free from ignorance. Ignorance created wrong concepts, delusions, and consequent sorrows on one hand, and on the other hand, to develop greater and greater love for Bhagwan Rama. Now Bhagwan says, I shall tell you everything in brief, because you are very intelligent, you will understand it. But when you listen to it, apply your mind, intellect, and the faculty of memory. That means you listen what I say, understand what you listen, and also retain, remember that knowledge that you have gained. First of all, I will tell you what is Maya. Maya is translated in many ways. Sometimes it's called ignorance, illusion, creative power of the Lord. It has got many meanings. First of all, Bhagavan tells us the grossest expression of Maya that is experienced by all of us in our life. And that is, the whole world is one, but because of the Maya, avidya, ignorance, we create so many divisions in this world. Starting with I, my, you, yours. Then we have likes and dislikes, love and hatred. Earlier they used to say, I like, I dislike. Now they say, I love it. And they say, I hate it. The emotions are quite strong. Love and hate relationship. Raga, dvesha, kama, krodha, desire, anger. And you know, this division of I am I, or this is my land, your land, it is not practical and a technical level or management level. It becomes so subjective, the person becomes so emotionally involved in that immediately he feels very hurt, immediately feels very elated, so much that this is the grossest expression of Maya or more torte Maya. Then he says, Go gochar jah lagi man jai, so sab Maya jane hu bhai. The world of objects, that is the sound, color, taste, touch, smell, form, all that we see, experience, and even the instruments of experiencing our senses, then whatever our mind can imagine, everything is only Maya. Maya means it is not what it appears to be. In other words, to put it differently, everything is only a relatively real thing. With reference to this appears like that. With reference to that, this is like that. And that's why everything is very relative. It is a world of relativity. They say even man's success also is relative. That means when he has success, he has many relatives. Suddenly they crop up from somewhere and all that, and everybody wants to establish some relationship with that person. Relatives. And relative means what? they may not be there all the time. Huh? That's why I say all our relations also they all are my relatives. We don't say they are my absolutes. Relatives, huh? Because all our relationships also we can make, we can break and all that. So far so good, as long as it goes on. Everything is like that. Therefore it's a relative, the world of relativity. Whatever we see, experience, it appears in one way, but when you closely observe, then you will find that it is something different only, So whenever we meet any individual also for the first time, superficially, everything appears very nice only. Only when you start living with the person for a longer period, then we come to know many, that everything is not that black and white. There are many browns and dark areas, and this and that is there. Relative. So he says, go gochar jah lagi man jai, so sab maya jane hu bhai. So if everything is only relatively real, there has to be something absolutely real. Without a permanent background or substratum, we cannot understand all the changes. So that will come to later on. But now this is Maya. Up to this we actually discussed yesterday. Now today we go further. He says, Tehi kar bhed sunahu tuma so'u, vidya apara avidya do'u. This Maya has got two forms. There are two forms or two aspects, two kinds of Maya. And what is that? Vidya apara avidya do'u. One is called Vidya Maya and other is called Avidya Maya. Vidya means knowledge. Avidya means ignorance. So one is of the form of knowledge, one is of the form of ignorance. Maya also means a creative power. That power also is called Maya Shakti. Because sometimes what happens, some people only understand Maya as illusion. And some in India, the names for girls also is common, Maya. So one girl came, she said, I am feeling so sad, my parents called me Maya. Maya is illusion and all that. I said, no, that is not the only meaning. Maya is a very creative power of the Lord. It's a creativity. That is called Maya. She was very happy. We think only just one meaning, and therefore the problem comes and all that. But here, Vidya Maya and Avidya Maya. Now, what is this Vidya, Avidya Maya? He says, Eka Dushta Atisaya Dukha Rupa. The one Maya which is of the nature of ignorance, that is Dushta. Dushta means evil, impure, polluted. That's called Avidya Maya. Dukkha Rupa. Oh, it is the cause of all sorrow and suffering. Jabasa Jiva Para Bhavakupa. And under the influence of this Maya of the nature of ignorance, Jiva has fallen in a well of samsara. All the time suffering only. Constantly suffering. Any time, every time you ask, how are you? That's why we have to ask every person every time, how are you? How are you now? And they say, fine, thank you. Once it so happened that one man was running, second man was chasing him. So someone asked that chasing man, why are you running after that first man, Is he a thief? Did he steal something and running away? No. Then what? He narrated all his sorrows to me. And it was our understanding that after listening to his sorrow, then he has to listen to my sorrows. But he's running away now. But now when it is my turn to tell him my problems, he runs away. So I say, how can you run away? You have to listen to me also. The children's jokes, 2 books, mathematics books, they were side by side. What did one say the other? Don't come near me, I have my own problems. So, book of mathematics, all problems, is I have my own problems. So, everyone has got that. एक दुष्ट अतिशय दुख रूपा जावस जीव पराभव कोपा. So some person says all is well with me, and others say all is in the well. So that all time there is some problem only. Javas jiva parabhava. Now this is called avidya maya. Now what is vidya maya? Of the nature of knowledge, एक रचई जग गुण बस जाके प्रभु प्रेरित नहीं निज बलता के. The other maya is a creative power. You see, when you see the creation, you know that there has to be a creator, and the creator must be endowed with creative power. Without that creative power, creativity, nothing can be done. So even if you see a beautiful painted picture, so I say, who painted it? Nobody feels that automatically just it came there. Who painted it? So someone who painted, that person must have knowledge, must have ability to paint, must have that creativity also to think and imagine and do it. You listen to good music, who is singing? So without that power, you cannot be there. So creation is there, so creative power also is understood, has to be there, and the locus of that creative power, an entity who has that also must be there. That's why it is said, you see the whole world, it's called Jaga. Jaga means that which is born and moving, constantly moving. The world is not a static thing, constantly moving. Jayate gacchati iti jagat, which comes into existence and again keeps moving. Everything is moving only. So, the world is there, so there has to be a power, and therefore, ek rachai, that power is called Maya. And whose power it is? Prabhu Preritam. The power of the Lord. And when the Lord motivates, then only it starts functioning. Nahi nija balata kya. It doesn't have its own power and start working and all that. Now you see, we don't have to go too far. Even sitting here, all of us are endowed with powers or not. Power of seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, thinking, feeling, imagining, reading, writing, walking. All powers are there with us or not? Yes. Do they start functioning on their own? Now say, I have got the faculty of speaking, that is called speech. Then I have got power also of speaking, that also is there. But automatically it doesn't start. Only when I will, and I say, now I have to start, then it starts. You have got power of listening, you can switch it off also. Lecture is quite boring, no need of paying attention. You can start here, there. So you can choose to listen or not to listen, to pay attention or not to pay attention and all that. Right? So therefore, it is called Prabhu Prerita Nahi Nij Balta Hai. Every individual has got that power. And so therefore, there has to be total power. And the Lord of total power, he is called omnipotent, and that Prabhu Pret. So this power does not start functioning on its own. It must be presided over by consciousness and intelligence. Then only it starts functioning. Ek rachai jag guna basajake. And this power is constituted of guna, 3 qualities. Technically, in Shastra scriptures, they are called sattva gun, rajo gun, tamo gun. What does it mean is, if you look at this whole creation, you see there are 3 aspects. One is the principle of inertia, jadata. That's also one immovable, all things what you see. That is one principle. That's called of the expression of tamo guna. Then other aspect is action, activity. That's called rajoguna. The third is knowledge aspect. And again, you see in yourself, your sense organs, your mind, your intellect, they are the faculty of knowing. But your breath, vital air, they have got faculty of functioning, but no knowledge, isn't it? Prana, it is called prana. Activity aspect is there. And the body alone, if you look at it, it is jada only. That's why even a person who is sleeping, to carry him, you need 2-3 people. And when the lifeless body to carry, difficult, isn't it? Heavy matter, only matter. Jadata, kriya, and jnanam. These are the expressions. So now if you see them in effects, so they have to be present in the cause. And that is called, this Maya Shakti has these powers. Now, this power of Maya is through which the Lord creates this world, sustains it, and dissolves it. We must have all the 3 powers, remember. We should know how to create, how to sustain, and how to dissolve. I tell you, if we cannot get rid of that, all our thoughts will be fixation of thought, what a problem will be there then. But we can forget, we can drop it, we can just leave it. It's a great power we all have got. So now, one expression of this Vidya Maya is the whole creation of the 5 elements, space, air, fire, water, earth. And then you see the rivers and mountains and lakes and trees and plants and sun and moon and stars, and how many solar systems are there and galaxies are there, and all this is the creation of Vidya Maya. Is it a problem? It actually is very beautiful. The whole creation is so beautiful. It is the creation of Vidya Maya. Look at the mountain, look at the trees, look at the flowers. Everything is so nice. Sun, moon, stars, right? Then where does the problem begin? You see, when you see the full moon, you enjoy, because you don't want to possess it. My moon. Do you say that it's my moon? And if someone else is looking at that, why are you looking at my moon? We have no problem. So many people at one time, they go to see the sunrise, sunset, and hundreds of them will see at one time. And everybody is enjoying, and there is no such kind of jealousy, competition, and all that. You enjoy the world as it is. Nobody said don't enjoy that. But you must enjoy without personal likes and dislikes and desires and anger and jealousy and ownership and possessiveness and all that. Then you will enjoy it. So far, so good. As far as this world is concerned, in this way it is very good. But when you go for shopping and you go to that mall and all the duty-free shop, or some people and this and that, then suddenly when you look at it, personal likes, dislikes, our own attractions and this and that, they come into play. And then we create this, I like this, I don't like this. Then what I like, I want to have it. What I don't like, I get rid of it. But the world is peculiar. Whatever I want, it runs away from me. And what I don't want, it keeps after me. Do we like diseases? Do you like diseases? But they come uninvited. Aram. Now headache, now back. There's so many aches and pains and all that, they're constantly there. And in the old age, much more. It is defined, old age defined as that every part of the body aches and creaks. And that part which does not ache and creak, that means it is not functioning. So, all continuously all that is going on. This goes on and on and on and on. Our samsara. So when we create likes and dislikes, what I like, I run after. I don't like, I run, but that runs after me. What to do? And all the time this goes on and on and on. And then our own imaginations, we get caught up in our own imagination. Nobody has caught us or tied us down. Once, what happens, one young, a young boy who had just started his spiritual path, just following, so he became Babaji, wearing these clothes, this, I don't know. And in a village, was sitting near a well, which was not very deep, but he was sitting. In India, there is a marriage procession. If you have seen that. And a marriage procession is band, all that is in the front, and then some people will be there, then in the middle there will be a horse, and the bridegroom sitting on the horse. Or sometimes a buggy is there, and then both married, groom and that bride, they're sitting there. Then so many ladies, so many procession going on. And this man watching that. Now the procession is going on. After some time, he started thinking, I am sitting on the horse. He started imagining that he was the bridegroom and he was getting married. Then he got married, thinking, got married. Then he had children. Then he had a fight with wife, children. Wife and children came together and pushed him. And then he fell down the well. He got so much involved in that. He just fell in the well. Started saying, save me, and some people came and brought him out and all that. What happened? Very innocent, simple-hearted person, he narrated the whole thing, what happened, You see, the procession is going on, and then I started imagining, and, the wife and children. Which wife and children? Of his imagination, They pushed him, and he fell down. All the people said, Baba, don't imagine. Better you get married. He said, no, 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 only the imaginary pushed me here. I don't know what will happen. The real thing will happen. I don't want to do anything. He went, but don't mistake me, huh? I'm not saying marriage is wrong or anything. The example what I want to say is, the procession was going outside, isn't it? It did not do anything. No, he started his own. He fell in that way because of his own imagination, not because of the outside thing. That's all the point is. Outside world is there as it is. So many things are there. Only when we create our own likes, dislikes, and then when we start desiring one thing, hating other thing, then we create problem for ourselves. And this is called avidya maya. Be careful of that. That's why it is said, a wise man means woman also, okay? Anyone who has gained the wisdom lives in this world. Ignorant man also lives in this world. So wise and the other wise, both live in this world. But the wise man enjoys everything. No problem at all. The other person, even without enjoying, getting into trouble. He has become so expert that whatever he thinks or touches becomes a problem. Or a person continuously suffering because of continuously committing one mistake or the other. So his friend asked him, how do you manage to commit so many mistakes in one day? He said, I get up early. Get up early. So he has got more time to commit mistakes. Wow, wow, wow. So he says all the time, एक दुष्ट अतिशय दुख रूपा जावस जीव पराभव कूपा एक रचई जग गुण बस जाके प्रभु प्रेरित नहीं निज बलता के. Now see here, this is about Maya. So Lakshmana, you wanted to know what is Maya. And the one aspect of Maya is ignorance. And what is the nature of ignorance? Ignorance, the nature is that even though it is one world, you create variety of divisions in them. And the divisions become so real that they really have the total hold on your mind then. Our mind gets so prejudiced also. This is the ignorance part of Maya. Second, whatever you see, yeah, it is there, but understand it is relatively real, but its truth is something different, and that you must find out what the truth is. Not only just get carried away by whatever is seen. That's why they say, appearances are deceptive. Such an expression also there. The other aspect of Maya is, it is a positive thing, creative thing, which creates this world. And God's creation, there is no problem with that. But when we create our own confusions and imaginary world, we get caught up in that. And please look at your own life, whether you feel happy or unhappy because of your own projections of mind or because the things that are there in that. We will always find our own projections only. That is called avidya maya. Okay, so this Maya is our problem, not the creative power of Bhagavan, but this other part of Maya is our problem. Now, what is the way to get out of that? And that way is knowledge. Okay? Knowledge. It is ignorance. So ignorance can be dispelled only by knowledge, just as darkness can be dispelled only by light and not by anything else. Now let us sing those chaupai. ज्ञान मान जह एक नाही,
ज्ञान मान जह एक नाही,
देख ब्रह्म समान सब माही, देख ब्रह्म समान सब
माही,
कहिय तात सो परम विरागी,
कहिय तात सो परम विरागी,
तृण समसिद्धि दीनि गुण त्यागी,
तृण समसिद्धि दीनि गुण त्यागी,
माया ईशन आप कहूँ,
माया ईसन आप कहूँ,
जान कहिय सो जीव,
जान कहिय सो जीव,
बंध मोक्ष प्रद सर्व पर,
बंध मोक्ष प्रद सर्व पर,
माया प्रेरक शिव, माया प्रेरक शिव, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. Lakshmana, you had asked what is Maya. So I have told you about Maya. Which Maya is binding and which Maya is not any cause of any bondage and all that. Now, this avidya, ignorance, can be removed only by knowledge. So you wanted to know what is the nature of knowledge. Because as I said, reading, writing, arithmetic, speaking, science, commerce, economy, everything is knowledge only. To be able to speak, write books and get degrees of the universities, that also is knowledge. Yes, yes, yes. But in spite of having all that knowledge, our sorrow has not ended. You know, there is one Upanishad called Chandogya Upanishad. And there is one chapter, there is said, once Naradji went to his elder brother Sanat Kumar. Sanat Kumar was a man of wisdom. And Naradji goes to him and he says, you know, I have heard that the knower of the truth goes beyond sorrow. And really, I am struck with grief and all that. Please teach me. Then Sanat Kumar says, okay, first of all, you tell me what all that you know. Huh? And you know, if you read that list there, that is said there, a long list, anybody would get impressed. Nowadays, only even if you say that only one particular specialization, particular degree also you get, so impressed. And he said, I know Rigved, Yajurved, Samved, Atharvaved, I know Gandharva Ved, I know Stapatya Ved, I know Ayurved, then I know Shiksha, Kalpa, Vyakaran, Niruptam, Chanda, Jyotish, Nakshatra Vidya, Preta Vidya, Bhuta Vidya, so many Vidyas. A list is given there. And that Guru is not impressed at all. And Guru says, oh, acha, then what else? And then after listening to all that, and he said, you know only words. You know only names. You don't know the substance at all. All this what you have narrated are words and words and words. You don't know what the truth is. He said, that's why I have come to you. Tarati shokam atmavit. The knower of the self goes beyond all sorrows. Soham Bhagavaha Shochami. And I am, in spite of knowing all these things, I still feel I am incomplete only. Some emptiness is there. What is knowledge? That does not mean reading, writing is useless. Please know that. Whatever knowledge we gather, whether of arts, commerce, business, management, science, and what you call the IT, etc., as long as that knowledge leads us to our real spiritual quest, that I want to know what the real truth is, then every knowledge is useful. But by gaining knowledge, if I become only arrogant, and if I think that much, all that what is there, so then that knowledge is only bondage, that's all. It's not going to put an end to sorrow. So what is the nature of knowledge? Here he says, Jnana man jah ekau nahi, dekh brahma saman sab mahi. In one line only, the definition of knowledge is given. True knowledge is that jaha man ekau nahi, where there is no man. What is mana? Mana means abhimana. Abhimana means what we call as ego, and what it means as identification. What is an ego? Ego is a sense of individuality which rises from our identification, means our feeling of oneness with one thing or the other. Now you say, we are human beings. So our identification is with the human status of ours. Among human beings also, one says I am man, other says I am woman. Again, identification is that. I am tall, I am short. Again, that is also identification. Right? Then someone says, I am a doctor, an engineer, lawyer, artist, scientist. Again, identification with something. Now the thing is, if this kind of identification and identity is there, that itself is also not a problem. But what happens is, then we develop a sense of superiority, and some people develop a sense of inferiority. And some people are such that ready to insult that other person all the time. One man went to his friend and said, I have got inferiority complex. The other said, you don't have a complex, you are inferior. So then they'll make him for. All our these identifications, and do you know what happens in that? Whenever we identify ourselves with any one thing or the other, whether it's our body or our emotions or feelings or our thoughts or our status, our power, whatever is that, actually when we say I am such a great person, actually I am saying how small I am. Isn't it? That I am only this much. Now I say I am a billionaire, trillionaire, zillionaire, very good. But look at the total wealth of this world, how much is there? And with reference to that, what is this billion, trillion? I will make myself small and small and small. What is this kind of, any kind of ego we have got of accomplishment, achievement and all that? Have we achieved everything on our own without the help of anyone else? But we have got some false sense of that ego, arrogance and pride and whatnot. And that's why they say, the pride is humbled one time or the other sometime. This abhima means knowledge is that where there is no such kind of any arrogant ego identification with it. For practical purpose, of course you have to say that, because whenever you have to fill any application or any immigration, any form, you have to write, isn't it? There is, what is your name? Beyond name. What is your address? All pervading. You can't say that. You have to find out only where a small place, wherever it is, that only you have to say. But this feeling inside of them. Now, you must have heard about the jokes also, you know. Somebody jokes about, some joke about women. Immediately they feel out, laughing. Then immediately you tell joke about some man. See, nice. Immediately you will like, oh. The doctors, lawyers and all that, if you tell some jokes about doctors and all that, if he is, what you are all the time telling? You might say, you sannyasis don't have, I will tell you sannyasis joke also. So many are there. But you see, because our identify immediately something. Immediately we feel that. Why so much of identification is there? Correct? So this abhimana constantly there. People are very atheistic in their views and I don't believe in God. They are proud of that also. The ego is very peculiar. Man says, I don't have any ego. That also ego. I am not egoistic. I am such a humble servant. Where this ego will come? This ego is compared with cancer. Cancer can't come anywhere, isn't it? Cancer is a very peculiar kind of disease. It can come anywhere, any part of the body. In the same way, the ego can be there anywhere. I am a very religious person. I am a very knowledgeable person. So many ways. Bhagavan says real knowledge is where there is no such kind of ego of superiority complex and looking down upon other people and that they are inferior or anything else. No such thing. Jnana mana jaha eko nahi. Now you see, more serious point. All these egos, all these notions, they all are hanging on one thought, and that is, I am this physical body. Look at it, think about it. And that's why when we are fast asleep, we are not aware of our body, we are not aware of any such kind of identification, I am so and so and I am so, nothing. At that time what happens? Nothing. What you go? But the moment I wake up, and Dehabhiman it is called, the moment I become conscious and identify. Two men were traveling by train, and one had a feeling that I am superior, rich, and this other man sitting next to me is there. So when the man was coming, you just move that, don't come so close to me. And all that. Then what happened? The other man was very simple, nice. He said nothing. The train was moving and the superior man was feeling sleepy. Straight in the lap of that so-called inferior person. And the inferior person didn't say anything. And he slept very nicely. And the moment he got, whole night you were in my lap, my dear. What happened there? all our pride, say egos, everything rises only when we get identified with the body. Therefore, knowledge is what Bhagavan Shankaracharya has written in another text. Dehabhimane galite. What is knowledge, the taste of knowledge? Dehabhimane galite. On one hand, when this our identification, our ego, and all the pride and arrogance and related to our body, when that is dropped, and vijnate paramatmani, and when we rise above all our body attachments, consciousness and identification, then you see that reality which is beyond all these limitations. And then when you are able to see that in all, then that is called knowledge. So two aspects of knowledge. One side, our identity with the body should be dropped. So somebody say, oh, that happens, in sleep. So in sleep you are a wise man. It is not dropped. Actually, it is all drowned in darkness of ignorance. But in the conscious living, and when there is no such kind of ego and identification, and then you see also what you call that one reality which is shining in the hearts of all. Dekha Brahma, that Brahma means infinite. Infinite reality that is there in the hearts of all. If you can realize that Brahma Swarup I am, and I am one with all. This is called oneness of the self. The one who can realize that is called knowledge. You see, if you look at his own lives of Bhagavan Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he was not, didn't go to schools and college and university degrees and all that. But he was a man of wisdom. That wisdom does not depend upon whether you are literate and educated and degrees are there or not. You can have degrees and also can be a wise man. You may not have any degree and still you can be a wise man. Now our oneness with all. Interesting thing. I'll tell you in the form of a dialogue, let us say. One young man, disciple is going to a teacher, spiritual teacher, and the spiritual teacher wants to show him the oneness with all. Difficult topic, but he says in this way first. Now you see, all of us are human beings. But in that also we have created division. I am Indian, you are British, you are American, or I am Hindu, you are Christian, Muslim, there are division. And then whenever we never look at that man as man. Always look at, the moment he gives the name, immediately our mind immediately classifies. Abdul Rahman, that Muslim. Michael Jackson, Waterman, immediately different name. Subramanyam, South Indian. Patel, Gujarati. Immediately our nomenclature starts, and then we, according to our prejudices, we will act. Right? Whatever are the prejudices, according to that. So we are never dealing with man as man, only with our concepts. So our feeling of oneness with your human being is not there. So the teacher said, you drop these ideas of man or woman or Indian, American, these, that, all drop all that, and just look at only as a human being. You one with all human beings or not. Because you are a human being. You are one with all human beings. Yeah, that's right. I see. Yeah. Very good. Now, look at all animals and birds. Actually, you are one with them also. What do you mean, sir? I am an animal? Please wait a minute. That animal is the outer form and all that, that's right. But that animal also is a living being or not? Living being? Yes. Are you a living being? Yes. Now don't look at yourself as a human being. Look at yourself as only as a living being. Then yes. All animals, birds, even little insects and ants and all the creatures also. Yes. Go one step further. Even the trees and plants also have got life. Oh, so now, you see, the moment we rise only above our only just physical body identification, and then when we start looking at ourselves as a living being, then we find that life is the same, life is there in everything. Yes. The teacher smiled and he said, now go one step further. Now what further? Already you made me one with all the trees and plants also. Now what? He says, you are one with the rocks and stones also. Huh? Rocks? Rocks? Stones? Yes. How? Rocks and stones are existing or non-existing? They are existing things, isn't it? You exist or you don't exist? Of course I am existing. So when you look at yourself as existence, you are an existing being, then you find everything is existing. Nothing is non-existent here. And yet everywhere what happens is, when you rise above the idea of body, then your vision becomes subtler and subtler and subtler. And then what you find, that pure existence, which only manifests as life, life itself has no form. Remember, existence itself has no form. But in every form, existence is there. And that is called Brahma. That is called infinity. And when I rise above all this body and the senses and mind, all identity and draws, and that I am, then when I look at this world, from that standpoint, then suddenly I'll feel, oh, my oneness with the whole universe. And wherever there is a realization of oneness, love manifests there. Isn't it? Why the parents have got love, special love for their children? Because they see themselves in them. So love arises. Wherever you see that oneness, then comes love. And where love is, as our Gurudev said very nicely, many times you can give without love. But you can never love without giving, without service. Because the moment you love someone, automatically you become generous. And then ready to give your time, your whatever that you have got with you. Isn't it? That is called knowledge. Do you feel your oneness with all? Do you feel love for all? Do you are ready to do any kind of service to anyone? The service can be financial, moral support, knowledge giving, any kind of that is ready to do that. Then that attitude comes, then that is called knowledge. Jnana mana jaha ekau nahi. One side, no abhimana there. Dekh Brahma samana sab mahi. And you see that Brahma which is pure existence. life, consciousness, infinite it is. Please know that this is not a speculative, some kind of abstract kind of thinking that is. It is possible. And we all are experiencing in our life, but only to certain degrees. With reference to certain people and things, only we are able to see that. But that itself shows that there is a possibility of understanding this oneness with all. That is called knowledge. Then he says, in order to gain this knowledge, our mind must be a fit instrument. Do you know what the fit instrument means? What? It must have dispassion. You see, you must have seen that whenever a particular person is in particular problem, he goes to another person who can look at that problem objectively, isn't it? They say, no, you must take a detached view of the whole situation. If you yourself are personally involved in all that, then you will never know it and all. Your personal involvement should not be there. And the problem with us is, always we look at this whole world, people, every situation, according to our personal likes and dislikes only. And I-ness, my-ness. I'll give you a simple example. Whenever you read in the newspaper, magazine, TV and all that, so many crimes that are happening, they not feel these criminals, they must be brought to books and they must be punished and all that. Don't we say that? Say or not? But if we come to know, my son is involved in that crime, then immediately I change the tone. And what I say? No man is perfect. You hate the sin, not the sinner. Why suddenly you are thinking differently and then try to save? How many parents will be there to say, if you have done wrong, punish that? Very difficult to say. What happens is, then we are not able to see the truth as the truth. That's why in the court of law also, a judge is there, a case comes in front of him, and if any party member is that related to him, that case is never argued in his case, in front of him. They say he will be prejudiced. So in order to gain the knowledge of absolute truth, our mind must be totally free from our personal likes and dislikes and prejudices and all that. Do you have a weighing scale in your bathroom? And do you have courage to stand on it? There was a man who used to stand on that after shaving. He was so afraid. Anyway, so if you stand on that machine, what you have to see first, that weighing scale must be on a neutral point, 0, isn't it? It should not be defective. Because if that machine itself is defective, you will not get the right answer. So that is very important. Now, if we have to look at even people, something what happens, I like somebody, one person I like. So then I like everything of that man, whatever that, beautiful. And if I don't like that man, any good thing also he does. One namesake only is doing that. Then I cannot even understand that man as a man is, or even a thing as that thing is. This is what is seen. So what to talk of realizing the absolute truth? Our mind must be so pure. And that's our next topic is Vairagya. Bhagavan says, Maya, ignorance is our problem. Knowledge is the solution. But to gain that knowledge, we must have that purity of mind, which is indicated by the word dispassion, detachment. That's what is said. And therefore, kahiya tat so param viragi, truna samasiddhi tini guna tyagi. Kahiya tat means dear Lakshmana. Kahiya means that person should be said, understood as man of supreme devotion, what is called dispassion. Parama viragi. See, generally what we have got, one thing is called raga, means like for one thing, and dvesha, dislike for something. Raga and dvesha. This viraga, vairagya is not opposed to raga or dvesha. It is above, rising above likes and dislikes both. That is called vairagya. Kahi atat so parama viragi. Truna samasiddhi tini guna tyagi. And tyagi is the one who has renounced all accomplishment, siddhi, all accomplishment, achievements and everything in his life, like blade of grass. And tini guna tyagi, and has risen above all the gunas of sattva gun, rajogun, tamogun, means the moods of our mind. That person is called Param Viragi, as such a person realizes this absolute truth. We must know all these things will not happen all of a sudden. Our prejudices don't leave us so very quickly. They don't. Sometimes, because of the laws and constitutions and all that, we will say, but inside, they don't go. Very difficult. Now, what is the state of rising above likes and dislikes? Have we experienced that state? Have you experienced state above likes and dislikes? You are afraid of saying, and I said, yes, you have. You know why? How? Take the example of your own childhood. In childhood, you were so fond of all toys. Variety of toys. And how they were dear to you, wanted it. I want to have that. Any time, you went with parents also through shop, they're called Toys R Us. Or so they're different. I don't hear there may be different shops may be there, I don't know what they are. But I want this, I want that. The father said, don't take this, you take that because that was cheaper. He said, no, I want this only. I don't want that, I want this, I want toys. And then two brothers are there, or two sisters, or brother, sister in the house. The only one child is there, so therefore there is no competition. There is no competitor. But the moment the second comes, whichever the one wants, this second wants the same only. If I will give you similar. That's why it is said when a married couple gets the first child, they are called parents. And when the second child comes, they are called umpires. They are only referee's job only they have to do, and because both are fighting, and both was the same thing only. So children are children fighting for toys. I like this, I don't want that, and then this only I want, and then the parents ask, do you promise that if I give this, you will not ask for any other toy? No, I will not ask. No. How long? And then Ali broken. Some child very good in breaking everything. And the father brought him an unbreakable toy. And the child says, Father, you brought me an unbreakable toy? Father said, did you break that also? No. With that I broke other things. Now, all the childhood games, I want this, I want this, I want this. And two little children went to grandparents' house, and the grandmother told them, before going to sleep, you must say your prayers. And one was 5-year-old child, other was 8-year-old. 8 years old was silent. The 5-year-old was loudly, God, give me a bicycle, PlayStation, and then and DVDs, loudly. The older was saying, why are you shouting, screaming? God is not deaf. He said, God is not deaf, I know, but my grandmother is. Actually, all this is for her, actually. Very clever boy, he knows who is going to bring all that. But now what I want to say, all of us, when we were children, we are. But now tell me, even if all those toys are in front of us, do we get excited? I say, I want this, I like this, I don't want this. Anything happen like that? Suppose your own child comes, all his wealth of toys. Daddy, daddy, all given to you. Oh, you are giving all to me. Yeah. After 5 minutes, give me back. You may show that you are very sad that you are taking away, but do you feel anything? Actually, you feel happy. Take it, take it. Now what happens is, there is no such excitement. It is you don't have any like, but you don't have dislike also. You don't hate those toys. You don't love them, you don't hate them, you are not excited about that. Your child gives them or takes it away or nothing. So we all have experienced what is vairagya. But only with reference to toys. But one man said very nicely, the difference between children and adults is only difference in the prices of their toys. Now one wants a toy, the other wants a Toyota. But all are toys only. You understand? So with reference to certain things, if we can develop dispassion, it is possible to develop dispassion towards everything. Possibility is there. Because towards so many things we have become dispassionate. And it doesn't excite us. That does not mean we are sad or unhappy or anything. No, it's not like that. But we have found something higher. So what happens is, when in our life we find higher and higher and greater source of happiness, then towards the other things, automatically get detached. That is called dispassion. Now Bhagavan says here, Parama Viragi. The man of supreme dispassion means what? Not only towards one thing, but towards everything. And I want to tell you the secret. When one becomes detached from the body, he will become detached from the world. Remaining attached to our body, and we want to detach ourselves from the world, it will never happen. Because all attachments to the world were developed only through this body. Kahiya tato parama viragi, truna samasiddhi tini unatyage. That way says, parama viragi, the supreme devotion, the dispassion is there, where this type of vairagya is there towards everything. All the comforts, powers, pleasures of this world, and even if somebody says in the heaven such a such thing is there, he says, heaven also if you tell, the same pleasure, isn't it? Same comfort, maybe standard of living maybe little higher, that's all. So don't try to tempt me. When that dispassion arises, truna samasiddhi tini guna tyagi. Now this truna samasiddhi is very example beautiful. Example. Truna means grass. You see, we must have noticed that when we sit or anyone sits in a lawn, green lawn, very lush green lawn, we never sit there chup-chap, means without doing anything and all that. We have got a tendency of plucking the grass for no reason. Sometimes put in the ear. Some sweet, tender thing comes in the mouth also, and collect all that. Now, after some time to go, when you get up, and then you find the grass is sticking to your clothes also. Then what do? Rub, scrub, remove it. Shake it off. And do you feel how much grass I have collected? How to leave that now? I don't know who will come and take it. If I go, what will happen to my grass? You do not have any kind of great pride of achievement. So much grass, 2 kg I have collected. Are they renouncing God? Do you know, I renounced. What renounced? Grass. So there is no pride of acquisition. There is no pride of renunciation. There is no worry, anxiety, what will happen to that, who will come and take and what all. Nothing. In the same way, when it happens about everything, now in our case, when the time of going comes, what will happen to my house? The death comes nearer and nearer, What will happen to my house? Arey, when you are gone, it cannot be your house. Just think. Only those who survive you, they will enjoy it. How it will run. Better than it is now what is going on. Many people are waiting. But I achieved so much. How to renounce? How can I just give up? What will happen? And vairagya, dispassion, no such thing. But one thing, only when you acquire and then you renounce, then only the taste is there whether real renunciation is there or not. A beggar who never got anything, he said, I have renounced the world. Well, never had anything, what do I do to renounce? The pain or joy is only when you have achieved something, and then if a time has come to go, yes, gone. No such kind of feeling. That is called vairagya. Now in the story of Ramayana also, Rama was told that tomorrow you will become the king, and next day they say you have to go to forest. He just went. And Lakshmana, nobody had asked Lakshmana, but he said, he renounced everything, I am only in the service of Ram. Lakshmana is the very personification of this detachment and this vairagya. Kahiyatat so parama viragi, truna samasiddhi tini guna tyagi. And guna means our moods. Our Gurudev used to say, these are our psychological climatic conditions. Sometimes you will find the weather is warm, sometimes cold, sometimes rainy, sometimes stormy. All that cyclone there and hurricane there and a variety of the tornado there, everything happens. Our mind also goes through all that. Generally, what we find, people succumb to their moods. You know, the parents tell the child, now the exam is there, study. I am not in mood. Now, what is your mood? Just want to sleep. I just want to play. So the mood is only determining what we are going to do. We cannot bring that mood in our mind, our control. You see, when you go by car, and car is air conditioned and all that. Somebody driving me, so then he asked, Swamiji, are you cold? I said, not yet. No, not that I'm not that night. Are you feeling cold? If I say yes, immediately warm. Because all the controls are there, isn't it? You can warm it, you can cool it, you can... can we do the same thing with our mind? थोड़ा ज़्यादा गर्म हो गया है. Mind is heated up now, hot-headed. थोड़ा सा उसको cool down. Keep your head cool. Have you noticed one thing? You very heat, get hot. Right? And what do? If you have got a book also, Ram Gita also, where? Only here. You don't do it with a hand and everywhere. If you're in the car, AC blasts on your face. That means what? When your head is cool, you feel everything cool, very nice. Very interesting. You don't want everywhere. Now, can we bring our mind also in the same way how we control all our temperatures in our car and house and all that? Bhagavan says the one who can do, he is a man of dispassion. Dispassion does not mean he has got hatred for this world, or he has got running away from this world, or anything like, or he has no love and affection for any. No, there is no such thing. So you yourself may not be playing with those toys and all that, but when the children want you to play, you play also and all that. So the love is there, affection is there, everything is there, but there is nothing there. No attachment. Kahi atat so param viragi trunasva siddhi teen guna tyagi. Then, next question, only briefly I will tell you, tomorrow we will say more. The question was, what is the difference between man and God? Correct? We have seen already Maya, Jnanam, knowledge, and Vairagya. Out of 5, 3 we have already seen. So next is, what is the difference between man and God? You know, I remember when we were in our ashram studying, our Gurudev was there, Swamiji there, and so many people had gathered. There's some school children also. So they were asking different questions. Swamiji asked the children, school children, do you have got any question? And one girl asked, what is the difference between God and me? Swami said, this is the difference. You ask, he doesn't ask. That means he knows, you don't know. That is the difference. Difference is, one is all wisdom, all knowledge, other is ignorant. We will see more of that, but there are very many differences. You know what are the differences? Man has many problems, but doesn't have that power, might, strength to overcome them. God has all powers, but no problem. In the same way, man has many desires, but can't fulfill them. God can fulfill all desires, but he has no desire. God gives and forgives. Man gets and forgets. So interesting things are there. Now, if I have got a desire, I want to fulfill, but I don't know how to fulfill, I don't have that strength, then what I should, either God should give me that strength to fulfill it, or God should say, it is now my desire, don't worry. If it becomes God's desire, then it can be fulfilled. Or if He gives me that, whether it is desire fulfillment or elimination of problem. So many differences are there. But here it is said, we'll see tomorrow, Maya Ishana aap kahun, jaan kahi so jeev, bandha moksha prada sarva para, Maya prerak siv. The translation is, Jiva is that who does not know. What does not know? Maya. What is Maya? We does not know. Isha. What is God? Does not know. Acha, all right, Maya, Isha does not. Do you know yourself? Uh-huh. What we know about ourselves, all kinds of notions only. We don't know our real true nature, we don't know. We do not know. That's called Jiva. And what is Ishvara? Bandha moksha prada. Sarva para. Sarva para means he is beyond, above, transcendental to everything. And bandha moksha prada. He can release you from all bondages. Maya prerak Shiva. He is a Shiva. He is a Ishvara who is the motivator of the entire material world, matter, primordial matter, all power. That is called Ishvara. This is what he said. Tomorrow we'll see more about it. And then the last question remains. And what is the last question? About bhakti. Bhakti remains. Then we'll see that. So out of 5, 3 are done. Now let us see that. Jai Siya Ram, Jai Jai Siya Ram,
Jai Siya Ram, Jai Jai Siya Ram,
Jai Siya Ram, Jai Jai Siya Ram,
Jai Siya Ram, Jai Jai Siya Ram.
Bolo Ram, 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 Sita Ram,
Bolo Ram, 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 Sita Ram.
Bolo Ram, 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 Sita Ram,
Bolo Ram, 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 Sita Ram.
Bolo Ram, 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 Sita Ram,
Bolo Ram, 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 Sita Ram.
Bolo Ram, 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 Sita Ram,
Bolo Ram, 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 Sita Ram.
Jai Siya Ram, Jai Jai Siya Ram,
Jai Siya Ram, Jai Jai Siya Ram.
Bolo Ram, 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 Raja Ram,
Bolo Ram, 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 Raja Ram.
Bolo Ram, 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 Raja Ram,
Bolo Ram, 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 Raja Ram.
Bolo Ram, 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 Raja Ram,
Bolo Ram, 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 Raja Ram.
Jai Siya Ram, Jai Jai Siya Ram,
Jai Siya Ram, Jai Jai Siya Ram.
Jai Jai Siya Ram,
Jai Jai Siya Ram.
Jai Jai Siya Ram. Siyavar Ramachandra ki jai. Ki Sadgurunath Maharaj ki jai. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.
Chandani. We thank our Yajmans for their generous support and invite them on stage to receive blessings from Guruji. While they're coming on stage, I would like to tell you about 2 publications that are being released for the first time today in the UK. First, a book entitled Yours Forever, Life and Letters of Swami Chinmayananda. This is an attractive, hardbound coffee table book consisting of a collection of handwritten notes, letters, and rare photographs of Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda relating to all aspects of his life and sadhana. In short, this is a wonderful opportunity to acquire for your own home a mini Chinmaya archive. The second publication is a DVD by Pujya Guruji himself entitled Living in Meditation. In this DVD, Swami Tejomayananda beautifully expounds on the theory and practice of meditation as laid down in the scriptures. Be sure to browse these publications at the Chinmaya Vani bookshop in the foyer. Please note that on Sunday, 9th August, the evening's program will be starting at 6:15 p.m. with a classical concert fusing the music of the West and the East. This is an event not to be missed, so please do mark your diaries accordingly. As you leave the hall today, you will receive a booklet entitled Serve and Deserve, written by Pujya Guruji Swami Tejomayananda. This Prasad Pustaka has been kindly sponsored by Chinmaya Swaranjali UK, the devotional music wing of Chinmaya Mission. If you too feel inspired to sponsor an aspect of this yajna and would like to support efforts to make this knowledge available to all, we offer you the opportunity to be a yajman or sponsor a Prasad Pustaka. For more information, please do inquire at the information desk in the foyer. If you or anyone else you know has missed any days of the yajna, audio and video replays are available to listen and view for a limited time only on our website. MP3s will also be available for purchase after the yajna. Please do be seated in the hall by 7:20 p.m. tomorrow. We look forward to seeing you then. Hari Om.